This is ESPN Esports. I'm Arda Ocal. News in Rocket League. Wise Ventures, the company that owns the Minnesota Rokkr and the Call of Duty League, have now made an investment into Rocket League. They are introducing their own Rocket League team that will compete in the RLCS Season 10, Season X, and they will be called Version 1. They have picked up the former Rat Enterprises trio of Torment, Gimmick, and AXB, and they will be competing in NA in the RLCS Season X. So this is very interesting in the sense that Wise Ventures making their introduction into Rocket League and also picking up the former Rat Enterprises roster. So let's look at this from the roster side and then from the organization side. So Rat Enterprises obviously comprised of Torment, Gimmick, and AXB. AXB coming formerly of Space Station Gaming. Torment and Gimmick, of course, were part of Cloud9 before Cloud9 left the Rocket League scene and dissolved their team. The trio most recently competed in our ESPN Esports Rocket League Invitational, and they had been getting some reps together in other tournaments before now being signed and competing under the Version 1 banner for Wise Ventures. Like I said, Wise Ventures also owns the Minnesota Rokkr and Call of Duty League. Let's transition now into the organization. So this is a very interesting time in Rocket League in the sense that there are so many big things happening for this scene. And oftentimes when we talk about Rocket League, we often talk about whether this can be a tier 1 esport. It already has a passionate fan base. We see a lot of changes as we approach Season X. One singular world championship, a change in the format in terms of splits that will be happening in the RLCS, and also Rocket League going free to play, which could essentially, if you make a conservative estimate, could double or triple its user base, which will make the game a lot more appealing, particularly for the esport itself. So I had a chance to ask a couple questions for my written article about this subject that is available at espn.com/esports. Let me read you a couple of the answers now in terms of why exactly did Wise Ventures decide they wanted to get into Rocket League now, and in particular choosing the former Rat Enterprises roster. So this is from COO of Wise Ventures and Esports and the Rokkr, Brett Diamond. So I asked him, why Rocket League? Here's his answer. I'm going to read it now. RLCS is the perfect complement to what we have with the Minnesota Rokkr. The demo skews younger, and the E-rating brings a strong commercial appeal. The viewership is strong, but the cost of entry is relatively low compared to other leagues, which allows us to dedicate additional resources to content and production of our grid stream. When I asked him about the process of picking the players and why the former Rat Enterprises players, here's what he said. We were already looking at potential opportunities in the RLCS when Cloud9 released their roster. Torment, Gimmick, and Fireburner immediately went to the top of our wish list, and we were thrilled when we were able to bring them on board. Then they spent a few weeks scrimming with potential thirds before AXG joined the team. Fireburner, of course, the coach of Rat Enterprises, and now coach of Version 1. So Brett Diamond giving a little bit of insight there. He also believes that the Rocket League scene will thrive in the next several years for many of the reasons that I just mentioned, the changes in Season X and also the season structure going forward, but also the fact that Rocket League will be free to play. I cannot stress how important that is to any game, let alone Rocket League. The fact that it is going from a paid product to now being free to play, that will attract so many more people. And I've even spoke about this with Lawler, who's one of the premier commentators in the Rocket League scene. You have seen him with the ESPN Esports Rocket League Invitational, of course, and also his own Brawl series of tournaments that you have also seen on ESPN Esports. He has mentioned that when Rocket League has gone free to play for weekends in the past, the user base just blew up. And so you can imagine that that will be much of the same when it goes free to play for continuity, for perpetuity, when it will go free to play forever. So this is a big signing in terms of Wise Ventures wanting to come into the Rocket League scene and also getting the former Rat Enterprises roster. But this also shows you that companies are willing to invest in this scene and want to be part of the ecosystem as they believe that Rocket League will finally become that tier 1 esport. And of course, I cannot end a Rocket League video without saying what I always say when I talk about Rocket League, and that is Rocket League deserves to be the first esport featured at the Olympic Games. It'll happen eventually, and hopefully it'll happen sooner than later. Let us know in the comments below what you think about Wise Ventures, the Minnesota Rokkr own the group that owned the Minnesota Rokkr, getting into Rocket League, signing the former Rat Enterprises players, and how you think they will do in the upcoming season. Let us know in the comments below.